Okay, so we're Company Box, and you can find us at companybox.com. We started with the vision of creating branded packaging for really anyone who needed it. So our website allows users to go on and fully customize their packaging up to use any amount of colors, any size, and any amount. So you would visit our site and you can use our online designer tool to design your box, or you can download the template and do it in something like Photoshop or Illustrator. And then you send us your submitted design and we'll print it for you and send it in under 10 business days usually. So it's a pretty simple process, and we really think that the outside of a box is prime real estate. It's a place to promote your brand, especially with e-commerce. You don't have a storefront, you don't have a place for people to visit and kind of touch things and have that experience. So when that box lands on their doorstep or in their mailbox, it's the first real experience they have, and I think it sets them up for something exciting.
Nice. Yeah, I definitely obviously, we've spoken to you guys a few times about this stuff.
Yeah.
I believe we met you guys actually at a conference we were both at a little while ago. But, obviously love the idea. It's definitely, if you think of the top ones out there. So I feel kind of like one of the first companies to really do it and expand on it was Amazon, just the tape. It was really just the tape that stood out. Then obviously a lot of others started to catch on. So you have obviously Walmart's got the big blue box, BarkBox has something, but I feel like you have two different sides of it. So you have the person who gets it delivered just to their house and no one else sees it, but I agree, it's the first experience they have. But then you have the other side of it where, for instance, I live in an apartment, we have a mail room. So when I go in there and I see a bunch of boring boxes, I have no idea what anyone ordered. I really don't care. But if I see a box that stands out, I'm going to now know that brand. It's basically brand recognition. It's free advertising for the most part.
Right. Exactly. It really is. And people now, like a Birchbox type of company, they switch their designs every month. And we are seeing a lot of people doing that now. They'll change up their designs. You can reflect the seasons, or, it really makes it more fun for the person who's opening it instead of just opening, that plain standard brown box.
Okay. So do you have the ability to help with designs, or is there typically a suggestion to have someone design the box and then upload it to your site?
We do both. We do have in-house both graphic designers and structural designers. So if you want, if you really aren't skilled with that, we can start from start right from the very beginning. We can work with you, or if you have an idea, we can also, start where you have started. So we also have structural designers who can help with inserts. So if you have something that you don't want rattling around your box, we can actually create something to make it stand out a little bit more.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So obviously I know it's a big subscription box area. I know a lot of subscription boxes do it. Why is it that subscription boxes tend to do it versus just any normal e-commerce company that doesn't have a subscription model?
We do. A big portion of our customers are subscription. And I think, again, it has to go back to that. They can change up their designs to go with their monthly orders.
Oh, there you are.
Okay.
Lost you for a second. There you are.
So I think it just adds to the fun, to that fun box that it comes every month.
Yeah.
We also, with digital printing, which is what we do, you can order 1,000 one month and then order 500 depending on what your orders are. So a lot of really big companies, they don't always use digital printing because they might be ordering 50,000 boxes, and digital printing might not be the way to go. But with smaller companies, mid-sized companies, digital printing, which is what we do, is really, really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are what are some of your favorites? Like I'm sure you have some where you're like, every time I see one of those boxes, I love it. Like, what are the ones that seem to stand out the most to you guys?
We have a company we work with called Bomi Box, and they're a Korean makeup subscription box, and they really come out with really neat designs every month. And we also do one called Date Night In. That's one of my favorites that I see. They always switch up their designs every month, and they also have a Kids Night In where kids actually design the outside of the box, and they then print it, and it kind of reflects on for the kids. Yeah.
So of
cool.
course with these videos, I'm at a point where I do these every week, so I have to like double check my research before I do anything. And of course, I went over to the company box, make sure I had all my T's crossed, my I's dotted, and I noticed it was the one, what is it? I have it still up. It's the Spooktacular Night, like I think it's the kid one, like the fact that the kids draw it and put it on the box, like I love that. So you've mentioned that a few of your favorites, they are companies where they replace the box every month. I actually didn't even know that was that common of a thing. So you guys really see like even the subscription ones are pretty much changing it up every month.
Yeah, a lot of them do. That we see a lot of that now. And they're getting bigger and bigger. I mean, these guys have wait lists. And I think part of it really is that box they're getting. I believe it is.
Yeah.
Just adds, more excitement. So.
Well, I know like for like probably what would be I know a lot of these companies that have a very strong social strategy, this does a very good job. Like obviously a lot of people that are, if the company has a big social strategy, there's typically a lot of people that are doing like unboxings and things like that. So obviously if you can have that free advertisement right there, as someone opens the box, instead of just seeing a product, they then see what the whole company is like. Of course, BarkBox, there's more pictures of dogs sitting next to a box online than I can find anymore.
Yeah.
But that is, it's definitely a pretty good example. So what's the most like creative approach you've seen like someone take with these?
Creative approach. Oh, gosh. I mean, I like when people use inside printing. A lot of people are now printing on the inside of the box too. And instead of maybe including like a welcome letter, they're just printing right on the inside cover. So as soon as you open it up, it's right there for people to read. We haven't started yet, but we're going to start allowing people to use augmented reality, where you can include a link, which will take them, they would scan it with their phone and then be able to actually see a video or tutorial or whatever that would be right embedded into the box. So we haven't rolled it out yet. We're installing a printer that can make that capable next month. So that'll be pretty neat to see that too.
Nice. Sure, I think you can see you have a fan. So Bibbidi Bobbidi Boxes said that they love their boxes, which is actually, as I was looking through, I was like, I know that brand. So it's funny that they just commented on here.
Yeah, and they're a great brand. They switch up their sizes. So depending on what they're shipping, they have tiny, tiny little boxes and like really large boxes. So that's another thing you can do with us is change that design. Because I don't know if you know, but places like UPS and FedEx, they charge by dimensional weight instead of how heavy something is. So it's how much the room you're taking up in the back of their truck. So instead of paying for something to fill it with paper or bubble wrap, you can actually customize down to 1/16 of an inch and then actually save money on shipping. That's another advantage.
So someone had just commented too, they asked about, how about your new C500 printer? So either I'm guessing that they're in-house somewhere and they really wanted you to talk about it. So I'm going to give you this opportunity to tell us about your new C500 printer.
Yes, our yeah, that might be someone in-house, I'm not sure. But yeah, our C500, it's a big deal. It's the second one installed in the country. They've been installing it for several months now by HP, and it's enormous. It's huge, and it's going to take us, we'll be able to print 100,000, check my notes. Yeah, 100,000 feet an hour. Which will just, that 10 days that I told you about, we'll be able to, we'll be able to get things out even faster. And the other big deal is we can do food safe printing. So normally you can't print digital with packaging for food. The ink will actually like migrate into the food. So it's water-based ink, and that's a big deal.
Nice.
So the quality is going to be better. The resolution, the colors are going to be brighter. It's really exciting for us.
So obviously we're almost a full month into Q4 now. So I'm sure orders on your end have been picking up, and you guys have been putting out a lot more boxes. Are you seeing more and more people cater towards seasonality and tweaking their boxes based on, the season, or if it's a holiday box or anything like that?
Definitely. We've seen a lot of Christmas boxes already that we've sent out, corporate gifts that people are doing. Obviously the subscription companies are already printing their Christmas, holiday, Hanukkah, whatever kind of boxes. But yeah, a lot of people are doing the corporate gifts also, so you can send it out to your customers.
Oh, nice. I didn't think about that. So relative to pricing of obviously you have different size boxes, you have different designs, I'm sure pricing varies drastically, but relative to your standard box versus something more custom and branded like this, so basically taking it a step up a notch, what do you see the differences are in pricing on average?
Really, if you're going to be ordering, 1,000, there's really not going to be that much of a difference. I mean, there obviously is, because you're getting something that's fully customized for you. But the more you order, obviously, if you think about just higher quantities, you're going to get a lower price. But a standard box is going to cost, $1, $2. I was in the post office the other day, and I saw they had, colorful boxes you could put your stuff in and ship. And it was right there, right around that same price per box.
Yeah.
So
are you seeing more and more brands starting to go into the custom box field and starting to really build out their own whole branding approach outside of just, the transaction?
Yes. Yeah. When we started about 4 years ago, we had some people were ordering couple hundred a month, and now, especially the subscription companies, and now they're several thousands. I mean, they're just, it's blowing up. It really is.
So I imagine a good problem for you to have, but a bad problem for, I would assume, sellers would be later on down the line, if people start opening their eyes to this and they actually start going out and, everyone then has their own custom branded box. How do you think they're going to be able to differentiate from walking into a mailroom and having, 1,500 just different colored boxes where it's just a sea of clutter, and now it's not, doesn't have the same effect?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I think it's going to be a long time before it gets there. But how often are you walking into a mailroom seeing a bunch of colored boxes?
It's a good
or
point.
boxes at all? Usually
neon.
It's yeah, sure. I mean, I think you can always, we have shelves of boxes, and none of them are the same. So I don't know.
So does Bippity Boppity Boxes work for it? Are they also salespeople? This is fantastic. I just finished our Christmas pattern for our holiday boxes. The great thing is the price of the box from Company Box doesn't change when you modify each design. Company Box is very price competitive.
We are not affiliated with them.
You should have hired them. Jeez. I don't have, and notice I haven't had a single person on here yet going, Seller's Choice is amazing. Thanks, guys.
I did not pay them either. That's on their own.
That's an influencer for you.
We do, and we do. I think we have very competitive pricing. We're the manufacturer. A lot of places are outsourcing it, and we are printing them in-house, so we can check on everything and make sure it's exactly how. So then we can also control the price and the turnaround time.
Yeah.
That
one's cheating. That guy, SC rocks. He's in the office.
You got some love.
Yeah, someone, you just gotta. We do pay him though. I'm sure he wants more, but we'll talk about that later, buddy. Look, I don't want to take up any more of your Friday. It was a lot of, it was a lot of fun. Really appreciate you doing this with me.
Yeah.
I would love it if you would let everyone know, obviously, how they can find more information about you guys and obviously how they can work with you, because we'll put this on our YouTube and blog and all that stuff so
Sure.
they can find it later.
Yes, definitely. Go to www.companybox.com. And we also have an online chat. We can help. We're really big on customer service, so we'll walk you through it if it's your first time. Happy to help and help you build your brand.
Beautiful. Appreciate it. Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
thank you.
Enjoy your Friday. Have a good
All
one.
right,
Thanks
same
again.
to you. Thanks.
Bye.